Welcome back to Stuck in the 80s. One thing the 80s were certainly popular for was their action movies. Not just action movies, but cop movies in particular. Another popular genre was the sci-fi fantasy. Well, Dutch director Paul Verhoeven dared to morph sci-fi and cop movies together into what we know today as RoboCop. Keep in mind, this review may contain some spoilers. In the near future of Detroit, the city is on the verge of collapse due to its financial ruin and criminal overrun. An organization called OCP plans a program known as RoboCop for enhanced protection of the city. But the RoboCop program requires a recently deceased officer as a candidate. Well, when Officer Alex Murphy, played by Peter Weller, goes to apprehend the city's most notorious drug and crime lord, Clarence Boddicker, played by Kurtwood Smith, he's brutally executed by Boddicker and his men. When Murphy is pronounced dead, OCP workers rush to use his body. When Alex Murphy is now reborn as RoboCop, a cyborg, top-of-the-line crime fighter, practically invincible and perfect to protect the city. He is given three objectives: serve the public trust, uphold the law, and protect the innocent. A fourth one is given but is classified. This leads into a string of corruption and lies that soon leads RoboCop back to Boddicker and an unexpected enemy. Peter Weller does a good job as Alex Murphy. He's a convincing cop and a good one at that. Then he gets killed and turned into RoboCop. This is where his performance gets old really quick. As a cyborg, granted, there's only so much emotion you can show, but his dialogue is monotonous and cliched as all get out. It's stuff the old sheriffs on TV shows would yell out. Only difference is Murphy is now almost all metal and has an ominous rapid-fire handgun. That's another thing I have a problem with. The RoboCop design is so bulky, he can't run or jump or really do anything useful in a fast-paced situation. Couldn't it have been something sleeker? Kurtwood Smith does an awesome job as Clarence Boddicker. He's almost always sneering and is just overall sinister. It's over-the-top villainy goodness that action moviegoers like myself just adore. I mean, the look on his face just tells you he ain't messing around. Veteran actor Ronnie Cox plays Dick Jones, a worker at OCP who has a design for law enforcement as well, called the Ed 209. The Ed 209 is a massive robot that basically says do what it wants you to do or die. But when the robot malfunctions at a demonstration and kills off an executive, the RoboCop program is put in motion, which enrages Jones. After seeing Cox play Andrew Bogomil in the Beverly Hills Cop movies, it's hard seeing him in this role, but he does a great job with it. My jaw hit the floor when you discover that Jones is in cahoots with Boddicker, and it made my appreciation of Ronnie's acting all the more solid. He doesn't give a single thing away. Another person worth mentioning is Nancy Allen as Officer Ann Lewis. She was Murphy's partner when he was executed. There's not a whole lot to say about her because of her small role, but she does deliver exquisitely. She shines through as a tough female cop in a very male-driven movie, but she's also sympathetic to RoboCop at the same time. For RoboCop that cannot remember anything about his family or his past. This is a deep film. There are several underlying and overlying tones that lace it and shape it into the film it is. The use of media is one. Within the movie, there are several news flashes and even commercial breaks that sum up the situations at hand and provide some humor. As mentioned before, masculinity is another theme. Nancy Allen's role is one of the only serious female roles in the movie. Most of the other women are seen as prostitutes or drunk floozies. Privatization and capitalism go hand in hand as OCP owns most of Detroit. Corruption is displayed by Dick Jones's tampering with the RoboCop programming and his alliance with criminals, and resurrection as well with Murphy's new life as RoboCop. The action in this film is top-notch. There are gunfights and things exploding, and the fact that RoboCop is practically not able to be harmed keeps the action coming and coming. Also, this movie does not wimp out on the blood. Buckets and buckets are used. You can see the effect of every bullet Ed 209 fires into the OCPO executive. Murphy's execution is gruesome too. First, his entire hand is shot off, then his whole arm. Soon Boddicker and all his men start firing bullets into him. It all ends up with Boddicker fires a bullet right through Murphy's skull, and the blood keeps dripping until the very end, with an intense climax and finale. So, RoboCop is an enjoyable film. It's certainly deeper than you would expect, and not as corny as the title might suggest. In fact, it was so popular it spawned 4 sequels, a TV miniseries, 2 cartoon shows, merchandise, and several video games. There's even word circulating about a RoboCop statue being mounted in Detroit, which is awesome, if I may say so. So if you want to get your socks rocked, this movie will not disappoint. Tune in next week for more Stuck in the 80s.